Welcome everyone for what is going to be the last ever time I say welcome back to my Leipzig career. This is the last episode. We've done a good 3 or so seasons. I think it's 3. And this is the last time. We've got a big one. We've got our final league game. That doesn't matter. We've already won the title. So that's out of the equation. We're 10 points clear. We will get into this very quickly though. And then following on to that, we have the big one. The Champions Cup final. Can we retain it once again? We won it last year. We've got the opportunity to win it 2 times in a row, which is absolutely crazy. We've got Manchester United in that one. First of all, like I said, we'll get through this game against Mönchengladbach. I did a little bit of rotation in terms of this team. Dolberg is starting up top. Sane was still up there with Ozil. And I believe Ludwig instead of Lamar. Just a little bit of rotation. Timo Werner did pick up that injury in the last episode, so that is why he wasn't playing. But we started off reasonably well. Sane here, having a few chances in the box, getting it to Dolberg, which ended up coming out to Ludwig, which is very good. I feel like I just slaughtered his name there, but Ludwig, let's get that right. Came out to him, he scored. It's a nice sign because throughout the whole entire career, we've started off with our older players and we've managed to push towards youth. Ludwig was the main player altogether, really, that we've brought up, that we've really pushed for the team. He's up at like over an 80 rated winger now, so it's really good to see that he scored. That was very nice for me personally. But anyway, the game carried on. I'm sure I've missed a load of highlights. Luckily enough, it is still 1-1. Don't even ask what happened with that shot there. It was an interesting one. The defence pretty much collapsed at this point here. They did half slaughter it, but then again, just managed to sidestep our players. We weren't really that good. The defensive line was pretty shocking, if I'm being completely honest, and that was 1-1. Now we fast forward all the way to the 74th minute. De Ligt, what happened? I probably slipped on the controller, but all season we don't really get anything, and boom, that is it. We get a red card, and we're down to 10 men. They've got a penalty. Are we going to lose our final game of the season? He steps up for the penalty. No, he hits the post. So from that, we can get out. Can we counter? Maybe. We do need to make a sub. But we made that sub. Bruma was on the pitch. He did this amazing chop. Hits the post again. Ludwig, that man. He collects it up. Makes it 2-1. I would have thought that that was the end of it. We'd done it. We'd won. We'd secured the victory. But no. They score one in the 88th minute to make it 2-2. And I'm sad to say that that was the last ever league game that we were going to play. And it was a draw. We did a training session after that. Not great. Lafont, that was my kind of emphasis in these last couple of episodes altogether to see how good we can get him. He's now up at an 85 or an 86. I cannot remember exactly from just looking there. And the Bald, again, they keep on giving us G-ups the whole entire time. I think it's because we lost out in the Cup much earlier on in the season, so they haven't been happy from the start. Our manager rating is only 71, but they weren't happy. They said we weren't on track. Another training session, they just kept on ticking by at the moment, and I was right. Lafont is on an 85 currently. Very good progress. And here we were. This was the big one. Manchester United versus Leipzig in the Champions Cup final. It's the moment we've all been waiting for. I've even got my Leipzig shirt on here, which was actually by pure accident. I didn't even do it on purpose. I just happened to put it on and we're here. Our team. We started off with our strongest team possible. We were here at the Wanda Metropolitano, which I can get right, Atletico Madrid Stadium. And I decided not to play Werner. He just came back from injury about 1 or 2 days before the game, so he wasn't fit enough. You would have seen that he's still carrying a slight knock, so I didn't put him in for this one. There is the bracket. We had a relatively decent run. Villarreal was quite easy, Spurs as well, and then the semi-final against Lyon, all very good. But then again, a lot of the big teams got knocked out really early, so it's kind of been almost, I'll say, an underdog competition. Maybe not us and Manchester United, because we won it last year, and Manchester United and Manchester United, as we all know, they're a very, very good team. The players to watch, Lukaku and Lamar, there is our man. He's been phenomenal for us, up at what, an 87 now? I think when we bought him, he was about an 82, an 83, so we've really kind of worked on him. He's still only around 23, 24, maybe even 25. So he's definitely going to be one of the world's best players. That's our team, how we line up. The same old really. Odrizzola's at right back. He was a new addition this season. Other than that, I don't really think anybody else was. It was a big game for Dolberg. We brought him in mainly to be a number 2 behind Timo Werner, but you know, he stepped up, he scored a ton of goals when he's come on. He's been a really effective sub, and there we are in our tracksuit. The attention is everything. The tension is rising. There's Manchester United's team. They've got Busquets in there. They've got a really decent team. Mahrez is in there as well. That's how they line up. Basically the same as us, 4-2-3-1. How are we going to do that? That is the question that we all want to know. We're very, very close to the kickoff. I know we're still going, but I thought, we'd really hype up this game, get it going. Seeing as this is the last episode ever. After this one, we are done. You don't have to hear me say welcome back to this Leipzig career ever again unless it's something you guys want to see. Maybe even in this one or in the future altogether. So, it's time. Well, we're about to kick off. What is going to happen? Only time will tell. So, we do get into it. And what happens? The chances just start flooding in. And luckily enough, the chances start flooding in for us. Emre Can intercepted this here. A bit of a dodgy shot, went wide, so we'll forget about that one. But it carried on. Marcelo flying down the wing. That was out for a corner. Again, Marcelo. He was a really good outlet for us. A great addition to the team this year, when I think about it. We've all of a sudden skipped to the second half. Manchester United have not had anything at all. But we just kept on going, kept on pounding in, kept on going on the attack. This time it was Bruma, and we didn't get anything from it. So, what is happening here? We just can't score anything. Look at what De Gea is doing. This is where I'm starting to get worried because we're at full time. It's 0-0. Look at the shots we've had. 14 shots, only 5 on target. They've had 3, and they've got 1 on target. So, it's very, very worrying. And look at what happened. Lukaku scored. That was 1-0. We can't penetrate through their defence. And now they've got one. I was low on battery. Everything was going wrong. Hit the post there. Maybe it just wasn't meant to be. Ozil got through here. Deflected back to Werner, who is now on. Ozil again. Dribbles. Hits the post again. That is the second time. We're in the final minute of the game. And that was it. Our last ever game on this Leipzig career. A Champions Cup final. The opportunity to win back-to-back. And we just couldn't do it. Manchester United practically parked the bus the whole entire game, took it to extra time, got that 1 goal, and we just couldn't get through the defence. De Gea was too good for us, their defence was too good for us, and that was it. That was the last ever game. If we do look at that. 7 shots they had, 3 on target. We only had 6 shots on target from 18 overall, which really just wasn't good enough, and that's why we lost. I can't even explain how disappointed I am, but that was it. It was over. This was the bracket. And that extra bit of confirmation, just to rub it in that little bit more, we lost to Manchester United 1-0. A decent run we had, 7-2 against Cologne, 4-0 against Spurs, 4-0 against Lyon, and then we just couldn't do it right at the end. So that was it really. We lost the Champions Cup final, we won the league this year, the reverse of last season where we won the Champions Cup and lost the league. I don't really know what else I can say, but that is actually it. I may well do maybe an episode, not really continuing on in the career mode, but just the future years of this career, just simulating and see how we do, maybe life after Leipzig, something like that. But there's the confirmation of the league. If you do want to see that, you think it's a good idea, let me know in the comments down below. And yeah, I think that is it. We're going to leave it here. I probably will be back with a review or something sometime soon. Let me know what you want to see me do next, whether it's a career mode, any other series at all, and I'll be straight on it. But yes, hit that like button, stay subscribed as always, and thank you very much guys for the support. I will see you all next time.